All right, guys, welcome to Dropping Dimes. I'm your host, Flavo Rihanna, brought to you by Four Corner Sports. All right, guys, so we we ended up getting this far. We're going into Week 18 into the NFL season. All right, so far, great games that we have been seeing in the first 17 weeks. We're down to the last week of the season, but I wanted to talk to you guys about something, not so much about the playoff picture and stuff like that. I wanted to talk to you guys about Big Ben Roethlisberger. All right. Now, Ben Roethlisberger had announced that this is going to be it. It's the final season. Yes, his team is still in contention, I believe, to make the playoffs. They just ended up facing the Cleveland Browns, and this was the last time that Ben Roethlisberger was going to take the field, at least regular season wise, in Hienz Field. All right. I believe the Pittsburgh Steelers need to definitely get a win and get some help in order to make the playoffs. But outside of that, guys, I wanted to talk to you guys about Big Ben Roethlisberger, because of the fact that this guy been with the organization for 18 years. All right, came into the same draft class as Eli Manning and Philip Rivers. All right, two guys that are no longer playing. Two guys that have retired. Philip Rivers retired last year. He was playing with the Indianapolis Colts. And Eli Manning retired 2 years ago, and he's right now doing the Manning and Manning cast with him and his brother Peyton doing the simultaneous telecast on ESPN2, if I'm not mistaken. That stuff is phenomenal. The interviews that they've been having are great, and both Manning brothers are just made for TV. Phenomenal quarterbacks, all right? Obviously, Peyton was the better quarterback than Eli, but phenomenal what they're doing when it comes to TV. But now let's get to it with Big Ben. Big Ben, man, this guy's a legend. He is the greatest Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback in their franchise. I know you've had Terry Bradshaw. I know you had, after that, Maddox. But Bradshaw won, like 3 Super Bowls with you guys? 4, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was 3. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But, Bradshaw is a legend. He won numerous Super Bowls with the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. And after that, Ben Roethlisberger came in. Unfortunately, I feel like Roethlisberger could have won more Super Bowl championships, but came up short. His kryptonite was Tom Brady. Had a very difficult time on defeating him. Brady has gotten the better of Roethlisberger the majority of the times. I believe Roethlisberger only has about like 2, maybe 3 wins over Brady, and Brady is definitely above 10 wins over Roethlisberger. I felt like, the guys won 2 Super Bowls. He's been to 3 Super Bowls, lost to Aaron Rodgers in the 2010 Super Bowl. I believe that Super Bowl was taking place in Dallas. You had Roethlisberger is going to be known for that pass that he threw to Santonio Holmes in that Super Bowl against the Arizona Cardinals. That was as clutch as he got. I was very surprised they didn't give it to Roethlisberger. I felt like he was robbed. I get it why they gave it to Santonio Holmes. It was a phenomenal catch at the edge of the end of the He was in the back of the end zone at the very edge. He had a tippy toe just to make sure he got the feet inbounds, and it counted as a touchdown. Man, guys, I mean, the stuff that Roethlisberger was able to do in that Super Bowl was phenomenal. The first Super Bowl he played, that was against the Seattle Seahawks, and that was against Matt Castle's Seattle Seahawks, not Russell Wilson's Seattle Seahawks. And Roethlisberger was more of that game manager. Definitely ended up doing, he didn't commit any turnovers. He was just doing his job and just trying to make sure that the defense was doing their job, and then just pounding the rock and just minimizing any type of turnovers. All right, but Roethlisberger has 2 rings. The question is, does he get into the Hall of Fame? I think he does get into the Hall of Fame. Never really had a losing season. Was coached by Bill Cowher and now by Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. The team has always been making the playoffs, if not going above 500. That's something that you can't say about most quarterbacks. The guy has over 100 wins as a starting quarterback. That's phenomenal right there. All right. Yes, didn't really um, wasn't the best quarterback of his era because it was weird. When he got in, it was Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. When he was in the middle of his prime, you had other guys like what's it called? Yeah, you still had Brady. You still had Peyton. You had Eli win a couple of Super Bowls and stuff like that. He had his rivalry with the Baltimore Ravens and Joe Flacco. They ended up getting a Super Bowl ring, but he was never the best one. He was always like top 4, top 5, if anything. Drew Brees ended up excelling in that era too. So in any other era, I want to say maybe if he was born maybe like 10 years early, maybe Roethlisberger would have ended up winning more Super Bowls than what he has right now. But Roethlisberger, in my opinion, as great as a quarterback he is, he just never really stuck out as one of the most elite quarterbacks. He was a very good, very durable quarterback. I mean, the guy wasn't a weight room warrior, but he was able to be very difficult to take down. He could shrug you off. He can bounce. Defenders ended up bouncing off of him. He was extremely difficult to sack. Sure, this guy took a beating just trying to take him down to the floor. But this guy was 6'5", 265, and didn't have evasive speed, didn't have the mobility to, get run out of the pocket and run for like 30 yards like you see like a Lamar Jackson or a Patrick Mahomes, who, yes, he isn't fast either, Mahomes, but, the Ben Roethlisberger did have a phenomenal career. The man threw for over 63,000 yards, still has 1 week left. What does he end up doing against the Baltimore Ravens is the next big question. Does he get the Pittsburgh Steelers into the playoffs? I know Lamar Jackson has been playing. The defense that Pittsburgh has this year, led by T.J. Watt, I mean, they look phenomenal against Cleveland. And Cleveland has all good weapons around Baker Mayfield, and they were able to sack Baker Mayfield 9 times. Wasn't the prettiest ball game for Roethlisberger, but that just that comes with the age at this point. The man has taken a large amount of sacks throughout his career. I think it has compiled. But with Ben Roethlisberger, you have the on-field stuff and you have the off-field stuff. The off-field stuff, I mean, the motorcycle accident that definitely taken maybe like 2 or 3 years out of his playing career. The legal troubles that came along with it, where he was suspended for 6 games and then they were able to settle for 4 games. Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? I believe he's the first ballot Hall of Famer. I mean, it's very unfortunate that whenever you talk about Big Ben Roethlisberger, you can't just talk about the on-field stuff. You have to talk about the off-field stuff. I'm not going to get too much into with the off-field stuff, but this guy was Pittsburgh. This guy was the guy. He was the main guy for Pittsburgh, and he has led Pittsburgh into multiple winning seasons, multiple playoff appearances, multiple AFC North titles, and definitely multiple Super Bowl appearances, and led them to 2 Super Bowl championships. It's hard enough to win 1, let alone 2, and he won 2. The unfortunate part is that he ended up winning 2 early in his career, and then he went that long drought of not getting past the AFC Championship game. And we're just going to know him as another great quarterback that's won a couple of rings, but fortunately he wasn't the best quarterback in his era. But what's going to be next for Roethlisberger? Well, we got the Baltimore Ravens game next, and then after that, retirement if they don't make the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, then, on to the playoffs it goes. If they make the playoffs, I don't have Pittsburgh winning at all. I honestly see Pittsburgh getting bounced out in the first round. But it would be nice to see Pittsburgh and Big Ben Roethlisberger get into the playoffs one last time in his final season. Pittsburgh definitely needs to address the quarterback situation for next season. Ben Roethlisberger was able to hold it down for 18 years. Who's the next quarterback? Are they going to go after? Are they going to go after somebody in the draft, or are they going to end up going somebody through free agency or via trade? There's a couple of options that Pittsburgh is going to have to look at. But yeah, guys, Ben Roethlisberger, what a phenomenal career that he has had. The guy's a living legend. The guy is Pittsburgh. He represents the Steel City. He is the best quarterback of that franchise, number 7. Big Ben Roethlisberger. All right, guys. Until then, guys, leave comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think of Ben Roethlisberger. Does he deserve to be a first ballot Hall of Famer? What do you guys think? Where do you guys rank him, in quarterback wise, in his era? You had the Peyton Mannings, the Drew Brees, the Tom Brady's, the Russell Wilsons, the Eli Mannings. The list can go on and on. Where do you guys rank him in that category in his own era? And is he like the fourth, the fifth, the sixth best quarterback in his era? And could Big Ben Roethlisberger, could he have won more Super Bowl titles? I mean, look at the weapons that he had around him: Mike Wallace, Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster. You also have Claypool. Has phenomenal wide receivers, phenomenal weapons at his disposal. Le'Veon Bell is another person I forgot to mention. But yeah, guys, write in the comment section below what do you guys think. Until then, guys, I have Flavo Rihanna. Thank you for tuning in to First and Goal. I'm your host, Flavo Rihanna, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace, guys. Stay safe and have a good one. See ya.